I'm just up here this morning. I was sitting outside and I was connected with nature and I was asking for information, you know, information that I needed to know, like wisdom that's available. But then I also was like, let me, get in tune with me because I know the last couple, maybe the last week, been real rocky for me. A lot of realizations, a lot of things came up before that new moon. A lot of things resurfaced, and one of the biggest things that resurfaced for me was feeling lost and disconnected, right, and also going my entire life basically without feeling protected, and a lot of things from my childhood surfaced. Well, major things that really had a had a lot of emotional attachment to it surface. And I want to touch base on a couple of things. I want to touch base on me feeling lost and disconnected now, and you know the things that resurface. So for me, okay, I'm gonna go back to the household. There's a lot of household secrets, right? Household has a lot of secrets. Oh, we can't tell this person, or the environment was too toxic that you didn't feel safe enough to, express what it was that you were experiencing. Or, for myself, I felt like I needed to protect everybody but myself while, I was undergoing things that wasn't nice things, right? So, a lot of deep, dark secrets in the households. And one of them I want to speak on is, when the uncles and the brothers and the fathers are in these households and they are, exposing, these children, myself, whoever else that's watching this video that can, relate to what I'm about to say. They're being exposed to sexual activities young, right? Boom. Core. So when I'm in my bed and I'm laying down and I'm crying like, damn, yo, I never felt protected. It's deeper than me never feeling like anybody was on my side, but damn protection, right? So then when I go and I feel like, yo, I never even was protected before because I was experiencing things in my life that I was being a protector for everybody else. And even when the situation actually came to the forefront, I still wasn't protected. So what's done in the dark is always going to come to the light, right? What's done in the dark is always going to come to the light. So I had my baby father, me and my baby father got into it. And he was this petty nigga. What he did was he exposed this dark secret that I expressed to him because I was having kids by him. And I want him to know, that's something big on me. And, maybe sometimes I may think, but just work with me. You know what I'm saying? Because that was something that I still was dealing with. And he wouldn't expose it. And I remember always feeling like I never want my father to know this. I never want my father to know this because deep down in my heart I felt like, yo, he would do something, and and I would lose him forever. And I felt, I was protecting him. Same thing with my mom. I was protecting her. She was already going through certain situations. So it's like, no, I can't express what it is that I'm going through because, she going through, what she going through. And then, I kind of like made this excuse for my brother saying, or maybe he experienced that, or, that wasn't the excuse I said. That was the acknowledgement that I had after I started to heal from it. But for him, I was like, oh yeah, it's because my father treats him bad. He probably taking it out on me. I was protecting all these people as I was going unprotected. So when this situation happened, it was exposed, and basically I never been around my brother since like 10 years old. So like 20 years later, I'm sitting at my mother's house Thanksgiving, and my mother come in the living room and she like, help her upstairs. So I'm like, what the hell she take me upstairs for? You know what I'm saying? And she was like, oh, Gregory is like 20 minutes away. My heart, I could feel a big ass sink, like it was like a big ass black, like like I could just feel so much in my gut. And at this time, you know what I'm saying, I go up the stairs and I go in the room and I have a full panic attack. I know I'm talking fast, y'all. I know I'm talking fast. I had a full panic attack and I started breaking down crying, you know what I'm saying? And then I just felt something over me and said, it's time to face this. It's time to face it. It's time to face it. It's time to face it. So I went down the steps and I sat right there on the step, and I could feel it saying, hold your head high. hold your head high and watch people around you fold. I seen it in my mother's eyes. She knew where my energy was at. I seen it in him. The only thing he could do was keep his head down. But you know what I watched? I watched everybody embrace him. Everybody give him love. Everybody give him anything. And the only thing I was waiting for was somebody to address it. Because that's serious. If that's an allegation in a family, right? Are you not going to address the person that the allegation is about? That with a situation that serious, and not one person sat there and spoke up for me or said anything about me or said anything about the situation. So the other day ago, that shit hit me, right? Because it's deeper than, okay, I sustain, being M, young, MOLE, the rest, I don't know what I could say on here. It was like, it wasn't just that. It was now, that's the root of me not feeling protected. Okay, this gets a little deeper. That's why I operate so much in my masculine energy, because I went unprotected. You feel what I'm saying? So, it was that type of situation, and none of that is okay. That shit is not okay. It's dysfunctional. It needs to be made aware. I'm up here speaking about it because I know there's so many women in my timeline, in timelines that's may still be experiencing this, men, everything that's experiencing in the household, and never spoke on it. Never spoke on it because the environment was never safe to speak out on it. It was so much dysfunction. You always got told to be quiet. You don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's in and out. It's a lot of dark secrets, and these dark secrets mold us if we know it or not. You know what I'm saying? They mold us. They mold us. How that situation molded me was, listen, I'm out here real masculine, real masculine, not feeling protected. And that's the balance, right? Because that is what the man was created for. The man was created to be a protector. So if you don't experience that protection, you don't experience something, you can't, like, if you don't experience something, you can't become it. You know what I'm saying? So for the women, if you experience that, that is a wound that you truly do have to work through, because I'm telling you, you're going to see so many different pointers that really point to that, situation that you sustain right there. You're going to see so many things that's going to line up and say, oh, wow, oh, wow, oh, wow. You're going to know, listen, I got to get to that. That's a wound. You know what I'm saying? That's like an emotional wound. And y'all, when I tell you that I worked through that and I cried and I accepted that, you know what? Listen, I haven't been protected. But, one of my desires is to experience protection, you know what I'm saying, in this life experience. And I was able to alchemize it. Yeah, I did cry about it. That was my way of releasing it. So now I'm going to transmute that energy. And now I'm going to say, oh, I'm going to call in what it is that I want, this opposite of that. Boom. That's what spirituality do too. Now let's talk about this motherfucking disconnect and loss, because I know so many people, if you are going through the shift right now, I know that you're experiencing it. It's like, yo, I feel so disconnected from everything. I don't even feel like this shit is really real. It's like, yo, it's like when I was a kid, right? I used to have these things that used to happen. And I think it's called derealization. Or they told me it was anxiety disorder. Bullshit. Okay? Where it was like, yo, it was like I wasn't even in my body. It was like I was not even in my body. It was like I was overseeing my body. And I feel like that's where I'm getting with it. And it's like, listen, I'm like, yo, what's wrong? Like, listen, I used to be so this, I used to be that, yo, I used to do this, I used to do that. I just feel so disconnected. It's like I want to move, but it's like something keeping me back. And it's like this and it's like that. And it's like, yo, you're disconnected from that old self. The new self ain't there yet, but you right there though, because you can feel it, but you haven't stepped into it. Right now, you're in the middle of making a decision that's going to change your life, but you got to be able to surrender that whole self. And this is the point of when you're surrendering. Is when you feel disconnected, you feel lost, because where you're going is the unknown, and you don't know about that unknown. This is the first time you've ever, I don't care how many times you said you was changing. I don't care how many times you said you was doing this. I don't care how many times you said it was doing that. Baby, it gets a little deeper. It gets a little deeper. Oh, it gets a little deeper. When you really make that transition and that switch, it's not going to be nothing that you're comfortable with. It's going to be everything that you're uncomfortable with. I'm disconnected because I'm finally surrendering. I'm disconnected because I'm finally slowing down. That's why I feel disconnected. This is what it feels like to freaking slow down. Like, yo, I'll be like, yo, what's going on? Am I okay? Because I'm too comfortable with being a little too uncomfortable. But I know that this was needed. I told somebody the other day, I said, yo, I could finally just sit back. And it's still every day I got to remind myself that I live in Florida. Still every day I got to remind myself I live in Florida. Because it hasn't hit me yet. And this is the beginning, but it hasn't hit me yet. This looks like nothing that I've experienced. This is the other side of it. So I sit back and I look at all of that energy, right? Because it's all energy and everything that I've experienced. And I stay here and I be like, yo, I'm here with it though. I'm here with it. Like, damn. I feel disconnected because I made it out. I feel disconnected because I made it out. I feel disconnected because I made it out. Made it out the hell that I created for myself. That's what it is. And I feel lost because I really am lost. But I'm about to be found. You about to be found. Go with the flow. You about to be found. Oh yes. I know that you being called to work out. I know you being called to clear out. I know you being called to dress out. I know you being called to really spend time on yourself in solitude. Disconnect from social media. I need you. I need you to hear me. You got too many distractions outside of you. I need you to hear me. I need you to cut off all noise, cut off all communications that's not serving this purpose of self. Because you are at a time right now where you're almost there, but I need you so locked in because I can't let that disconnect self find power in this new found self. That's what this is. Yo, 40 always been my age for some reason. 40 always been my age. But it's happening now. And I know by 40, if granted the life experience, when I'm granted the life experience, perfect health flowing through my body. Mm. When I get to 40, game time. Game time now. I gotta build up though. I got some little ways I gotta shake off. I gotta make it. I gotta work on my discipline. You can have so much motivation all you want, but if you ain't got the ground, the foundation is discipline. If you ain't got the discipline, you ain't going nowhere. You're gonna keep starting over and over and over. Take it from me. But the discipline gonna be there. I know who I am at the most, how resilient I am at the most hardest times. So do you understand when life is getting easier, when I'm flowing, how much resilience I'm applying, how determined I'm gonna know that I'm gonna be able to overcome everything because the scale is being balanced. I see a scale in my mind's eye right now. You survived everything, the worst. You did that. Ten of swords to the back. Man down. Man down. But you found a way to alchemize that and turn that to a ten of cups. Wish fulfillment. We talking about everything you desire, baby, is here. Everything you desire. Tune into it. Tune into it. Oh my gosh, tune into it. Because I know I'm talking to the people that experience so much shit, but their heart stay pure. I know I'm talking to them. I can feel them. I could feel the ones that went their whole lives being unprotected, but trying to protect everyone, trying to mend broken hearts that you ain't even mend when your heart was broken. You disappointed. You've experienced betrayal. The scales will be balanced. But don't think that it's just going to fall on our laps. We got to disconnect. We got to be okay with just doing it. We got to be okay with just being us. We got to be okay with just doing what needs to be done so we can do what it is that we need to do to get where it is that we going. Because, baby, we're going. We are going. I am going. You are going. They are going. We are going. And if you experienced that growing up, I just want you to know that that's a clown. Okay? But guess what? When you alchemize that energy and send that energy back to that person, you're going to watch a lot of things going to change. A lot of things are going to change. And understand that that's the law of cause and effect. Reclaim all your energy and send all negative energies, anyone in your energy without your authorization, back to sender, 1,000-fold, amplified. Take your ass on somewhere, because it's real out here. This shit is spiritual. If it doesn't serve you, cut it off. If it's not assisting you with what's needed, cut it off. If you feel like you got to deal with that person because of a title, but they ain't really energetically lining up with the title in which you getting tricked by saying it's making you tolerate shit in which you really don't want to tolerate and you really shouldn't tolerate, cut them off. I don't care who they are. It's only a title that gives them a relevance. So if your energy ain't right and if your energy ain't giving mine, and when I talk to you, I ain't really feeling it or I feel drained, you're done. That's the timing that we're in. It's time for the disconnect. It's time for the disconnect because 9 out of 10 they already showed you who they are. So disconnect now. I'll see if I'm available when I transition. I'll see if I'm available. So yeah, y'all. I'm disconnected. Feel a little lost. But it's a settled, like, it's a settled. I was just somewhere with that because I don't know, something was like, turn the camera on. I just turned it on. Don't forget to be 1% better every day. At least 1%. Because listen, I know. At least 1%, y'all. You got 365 days in a year. If you come up 1% better every day, guess what? By the end of the year, you'll be at 100%. Beast mode. A habit is formed. Discipline. Let's do it. Because I'm telling you the honest truth. I'm doing 1% better. Because I can't, I gotta slow down. I'm surrendering. And you know what, too? Once I noticed I started to surrender, and my body naturally started to want to do what it's supposed to do. Seriously. And I noticed as the observer, because I'm learning how to observe my mind. Oh, yeah. The Power of Now. Good read. The Power of Now. Powerful, powerful book. I learned to be the observer of my mind, and I learned that my mind, the ego, is what be stopping me from doing what it is that I want to do. See, the ego doesn't like resistance. The ego doesn't like change, and the ego doesn't like pain. So when I didn't put too much thought into working out and just got up and did it, I went to go do it. I did a couple of things yesterday, and I was like so proud of oh my gosh, I hope it was still recording. I was like so proud of myself for doing these things yesterday and not really putting any mind thought to it. And I just was flowing with it. And I'm grateful that, this is happening. And this is just me slowing down and not forcing it, because I will do what I have to do. My stomach. This stomach gonna go too, because I started working out. You know what I'm saying? Working out, working out, working out. And it makes you feel good. It just gives you like a nice, like you know what I'm saying? Like confidence. And it just feels good, yo. It feels good. It feels good, y'all. But yeah, listen, I will start recording more. Um, I feel like I went hard the first 2 weeks in dropping videos. And shout out to everybody viewing the videos. I be so excited when I come out there and I see one more viewed, or you know what I'm saying? I see another subscriber. And this is because like I'm really doing this from like a gentle heart space. Like I know I'm doing this to like really, bring forth change, and to like, really just be in a relatable space, right now, to go through the transition. And I hope so many people that view this, these videos, I hope that these videos give you, the motivation to go through the transition, and we can go through the transition together. Like overall, like I love the comments, I love the feedback. Somebody emailed me, shout out to her. Oh my gosh, she emailed me, and when I say that brought so much love into my heart, y'all. Oh my gosh, like oh my gosh, it was like a beautiful, 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 beautiful email, y'all. Yo, I was like, no, this is it. This is it. Slow and steady wins the race. And it's not even about winning, but it's really about healing. And it's really about just like showing up and being that person that I always, when I always say this, when I started to go through this transition, it's like, I just want to know that somebody is going through this shit. Somebody just went through what I went through, and like they're really going to like do better and be better. And it's like, I'm here, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not the best. I'm not, all I can say is, listen, when you really start to work on the inside out, the inside has to really be rebuilt, you know what I'm saying? Reformed. And I can't dress it up on the outside. Sometimes I might grab my wig, sometimes I might fix up. And I did say, that's going to be a part of my 1% better, just ensuring that, you know what I'm saying, I'm keeping myself up the best way I can. But that's because internally I feel like doing that now. You feel what I'm saying? I had to work with that internally, because I did. I had to work with that internally. So, um, I forgot what I was about to say. I forgot what I was about to say. But I had a channel coming in this morning, and I was like half sleep, half woke. And that's like when my channeling come in. And I'm like listening to what, was being said. And it was just saying that, it's a spiritual warfare out here. There's a lot of energy going on. There's a lot of entities, that are attached to these people that are trying to procreate. I just heard, you know what I'm saying, with the divine, light beings, or whatever it is that you want to consider yourself, the chosen one, etc. So there's a lot of dark energy, going. I had someone call me yesterday, and I think that she brought it to my attention because I remember seeing this in my house, like a dark, it looked like a foreign body, and I was in my bathroom, and I had to double look because I'm like, the fuck. And somebody called me yesterday, and she told me she experienced the same thing. And when I channeled it, what I got from it was, it's an entity, somebody in which, you're giving a lot of energy to. They have this entity attachment to them. It's a dark entity. You are a form of light. This person is trying to attach itself, or this entity is trying to attach itself to you to survive in the new world, the new earth. Right? Because we're going to see a lot of people that still have dark attachments, like really, is lost. They're going to start to, yeah. And these entities are trying to like just attach to anything. So I know that I have something around me that's trying to attach itself to me. So I filter out clean, with spiritual bath, some Florida water, some bay leaves, I'm saying, some rosemary, some magnesium, something like that, soak your body, etc. Get you some Palo Santos, clear out cluttered spaces, clear out cluttered spaces, spaces. Fall back from like social media platforms, fall back from those type of things where that can welcome these type of entities. For me, I go live on TikTok, and I feel like me exposing my household is what's bringing entities into my household. Ooh, 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 ooh. Thank you for that clarification, Spirit. Yes, that's what it is for me. So these entities are trying to attach itself. I'm about to clear out. It's time to clear out because, baby, no entities attach itself to me. No. Okay. So, yeah. So like it's very crucial at these moments. Definitely it's spiritual before it's physical. Protect yourself, guard yourself. You know what I'm saying? Any way you can, balance yourself. Not too much outside of yourself. Something too, especially with these healing journeys. A lot of people. I was one of them that was just like filled up on knowledge. And when you go through just the knowledge, standpoint of it, I feel like people build like a spiritual ego, I want to say. And you're going to come to a point where it's say, okay, I know this knowledge, but now I still got pain inside. You know what I'm saying? Then you're just going to have to work from the inside, right? So it's like you work from the outside and then you work from the inside. My recommendation is work from the inside first. Everything that you need to know will come to you. When you start to call out the information, I want to know about myself. I want to know this. I need to know that. I need to know this. I need clarification on that. You cut the distractions, you'll start to hear certain things. You'll go on YouTube. You'll start seeing this video that you've never seen before, but you're so drawn to it. You know what I'm saying? That's because you're calling out the information, that you want to know about, healing yourself. So my suggestion is always to heal from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? And everything will just flow.